Hi everyone, April here from Piano Lessons Info. I've gotten a few questions, actually I've gotten quite a few questions about which hand you play chords with. So this video is about that, basically. Okay, so there's no right or wrong answer here, but there's one thing you have to do, and if you're playing a chord, both hands need to be playing the same chord. So say if we have a C chord, okay, so if you're playing a C chord, everything's about the C chord while you're playing, right hand or left hand. Okay, so that's step one. Okay, so just making it clear, you don't play one chord in your left hand and a different chord in your right hand. It'll all be the same. Okay, so there's a few different ways to approach this, and I'll tell you like how I usually play chords closer to the end, but we will go through the different types of things you can do. So when you first begin learning chords, lots of people learn it with their left hand. So it's like a C chord, G chord, A minor. So this is a good thing to do if you want to play like a simple melody in your right hand. For example, okay? So that is a way to get to know the chords and also be able to play a melody. Okay, so another thing you can do is play a broken chord in your left hand. So broken means you're not playing all the notes at the same time. You can play okay, so that's one thing you can do to play chords in your left hand. So I often play the chord in my right hand, and I play the root note of the chord in my left hand. So for a C chord, I'm playing the chord like C, G, A minor, F, like that. So the reason I do that is because if I had a melody that I wanted to be able to play, then I can play that plus the chord in my right hand. So I'm playing mostly the root, but I forget sometimes and add other notes in. Okay, so that's another thing you can do. That's my actual standard way of playing chords, is to play it like that. So another thing you can do is just try to sprinkle in the notes from the chord in both hands here and there, but you want to really keep the root of the chord. So if it's a C chord, you want to keep the C as the lowest note, unless it says the chord is a slash chord like C over G, then you want to keep G as the lowest note. So you can make them broken then. So that's just using the G chord or A. So we're just playing whatever note we can. So my left hand is really playing the outsides of the chord. That's my habit is G chord, I'm playing C, G, C, or G chord, I'm playing G, D, G. So that's something you can do. Now, if you want to go further or play a different style, like, for example, blues, where there's a walking bass, you can have that kind of walking bass line, even in other chords where we're going from C to E minor, for example. You can add more notes in your left hand to lead up to that, and that's something else you can do. So I hope that answers that question. If you're not sure where to practice, where to start from now, I'd say play the chord like this. Left hand root note, right hand chord. And once you get this, then you can move on to trying to make some melody or anything. I'm just making it up. Okay, so that's a good place to aspire to start with and get familiar. So it is good to practice chords in both hands so you can be familiar with them that way. All right, hope that helps. Let me know, and I'll talk to you next time.